Hi students, hope you all are preparing well for your exams. So yesterday I did a quick revision of electrochemistry and we are seeing the previous year NEET questions. We solved some 10 questions yesterday and I gave you some 7 questions as your homework. Today I am going to give the solution for these 7 questions and I selected all these questions which are very peculiar, concept oriented from the previous year NEET questions. Okay, so let's get say the 11th question. A current of 9.65 amperes flowing for 10 minutes. Okay, so deposits, which deposits 3 grams of a metal, the equivalent weight of the metal. They are asking the equivalent weight of the metal. So which formula we have to use, students? So this is what weight is equal to equivalent weight into strength of the current into time in seconds divided by 96,500 coulombs. The weight is given here, which is 3 grams, and the equivalent weight we have to find out, and I is given here, which is 9.65 amperes. And please make a note. See, the time is given in minutes, but for this formula you need the time in seconds. So I am going to put 10 multiplied by 60. This is to convert into seconds. That's all. So, okay, so if you solve this, you will get the answer 50. Okay, students. So next question: electrochemical equivalent of a substance is this much. Its equivalent weight. What is electrochemical equivalent, students? So electrochemical equivalent is Z. Z. What is the relation between equivalent weight divided by 96,500? Okay, this is electrochemical equivalent. Okay, so what you have to do, so the electrochemical equivalent, its value is given, which is 0.6735. Okay, so the equivalent weight you have to find out. So 96,500 coulombs, which is already given. If you solve this, okay, you will get the answer. See your next question. The standard Gibbs free energy change of the cell reaction AgCl plus half mole of hydrogen gives Ag plus HCl. Okay, so its value is given, and what happens, they are asking for this equation, so which is nothing but it is the double of this equation. If you multiply this into 2, this is the equation. So what they are doing here, they are increasing the amount. Instead of 1 mole, they are making into 2 moles. Okay, just multiplying by 2. So what will happen to del G, they are asking. I already told you del G is an extensive property, which means if you increase the amount, the energy will also increase. So this is double of this equation. This equation is double of this equation. So we can multiply this into 2. So what will be the answer? Minus 43.0. See your next question, students. So the EMF for the equation F2 plus 2 electrons gives 2 fluoride ions is 2.8 volts. So what will happen? What is the EMF for this equation, which is half mole of the fluorine reacts with 1 mole of the electron, which gives 1 mole of F minus. So if you closely watch, which is nothing but this reaction is the half of this amount. Here they have taken 1 mole and here this is half, and here 2 electrons and here 1 electron. Okay, they have divided the equation by 2. They have reduced the amount by 2. So what will happen to the EMF? Nothing will happen. I told you your EMF is an internal property. It does not depend on the amount, the same value. Okay, so the answer is 2.8 volt. You should not, no, 1.4 volt. You should not go for this. Please remember, it is an intensive property. Okay, so next, the equivalent conductance of 1 by 32 molar solution of a weak monobasic acid is 8 mho centimeter squared, and at infinite dilution it is 400 mho centimeter squared. What is the dissociation constant of this acid? So what is equivalent conductance, students? Equivalent conductance is the conductance of all the ions created by 1 gram equivalent of the electrolyte. 1 gram equivalent of a electrolyte. So okay, but they have given in 2 different dilution. So this is lambda m at certain dilution. Its dilution is what? Its concentration is 1 by 32 molar. So what is the value here? It is 8 mho centimeter squared at infinite dilution. Okay, so the value is 400 mho centimeter squared, and they are asking the dissociation constant. Okay, so for calculating the dissociation constant, first of all we need to know alpha. So which is, see, this is an important equation. So your alpha can be obtained by, okay, the equivalent conductance at any particular dilution divided by equivalent conductance at infinite dilution, 8 divided by 400, which you will get 1 by 50. Okay, so then to find out this, C into alpha square divided by 1 minus alpha the whole square. Here the alpha is a negligible amount, so here this you can take it as 1. Okay, so K is equal to C into alpha squared, where C is the concentration. C is the concentration, which is 1 by 32 into 1 by 50 the whole square. If you solve this equation, the answer is 1.25 into 10 to the power of minus. So next question, an increase in equivalent conductance of a strong electrolyte with dilution is mainly due to. Okay, before seeing the option, first I will explain what happens during dilution. Okay, so since it is an equivalent conductance, so okay, so if you have 1 gram equivalent, 1 gram equivalent of electrolyte, of any electrolyte, either it can be weak or strong electrolyte. Okay, so what happens, already you have 1 gram equivalent of electrolyte in it, you are pouring water, that means you are increasing the dilution. What are the effect of dilution, students? So there are two effects of dilution. What are they? See, the dissociation, it increases the dissociation. Okay, dissociation increases due to the dilution. And another thing, the mobility of the ions increases. Mobility of ions increases. Okay, so but for strong electrolytes such as HCl or your sodium hydroxide, already the dissociation is 100%. It need not dissociate. But for weak electrolyte like acetic acid, what happens? Its dissociation is very poor. So while diluting, the dissociation increases. Okay, and the mobility of the ions also increases. So here they have asked an increase in equivalent conductance of a strong electrolyte with dilution is mainly due to what? See here, already these are completely in dissociated form only. But what happens while dilution? Okay, while dilution, the ions go apart. The ions move very far apart from each other, so easily they can move. Before they were completely dissociated, but they were very closer to one another. But on increasing the dilution, the ions have getting an opportunity to move far apart from each other, so it increases the mobility. So when you see the graph for lambda m concentration, what happens? See, at particular concentration, the equivalent conductance is like this. While dilution, okay, it slowly increases, and after certain dilution it reaches the maximum. After that it will not increase at all. This is for a strong electrolyte. But for a weak electrolyte, it is already a minimum, but during dilution it slowly increases and it never achieves the completion. This increase for a strong electrolyte, this increase is due to the mobility of ions only. And this increase for the weak electrolyte is due to increase in dissociation, because they are partially dissociated. Okay, so the dissociation increases. So the answer is increase in ionic mobility of ions. 100% ionization of electrolyte at normal dilution. Already they are completely ionized, so this option is not there. So increase in both number of ions and increase ionic mobility of ions. Number of ions is already has been increased. Increase in the number of ions. So the answer is increase in ionic mobility. Okay, so the last question. So for a reaction, A plus 2B plus gives A2 plus 2B. So they have given the equilibrium constant. What they are asking the standard electrode potential, standard cell potential. So what is the equation? So this is 2.303 RT divided by NF into log Kc. Okay, so what is the n here? N is the number of electrons involved here, so it is here 2 electrons, and also here, okay, one electron only change, but 2 into 1 it is also 2 electrons. So the value of n is equal to 2, and we know all these are constants, and these constants, okay, 0.059 divided by 2 log Kc is 10 to the power of 12 they have given. So 10 to the power of 12 is 12, okay, divided by 2. So if you solve this equation, the answer is 0.354. Thanks for watching, students. Hope this video helped you. Share with your friends.